should I keep that in?
Just keep, I'll edit it out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Oh, this is part 5 of the bobber build. What are we doing here? Let's get to the shop. This is part 5 of my bobber build, and I'm about to get over here and start working on it and show you what we're dealing with. So I got all the parts right now for it. We got our levers right here, our cap, because the other one right here, the chrome was peeling up a little bit, so that's gonna be really easy to slap on. It's just these 4 Allens. Slap that thing on. Then I got my license plate bracket, and I think this is the tail light for it. And this is the stator cover, but I don't need to take off everything for the stator cover because I was only missing these little pieces right here. So as long as it's kind of leaking a little bit of oil, it might be the gasket on this. I don't know. So if it is, we'll take the whole thing off, seal it all up and whatnot, then slap some oil inside of this. This went on there really nice. It looks a lot better. You know, it's just one of those little things where I want everything on this bike to kind of look like absolutely perfect because it's a bobber style bike, and you know, paying attention to detail kind of means everything on this. That makes the difference between a bobber that kind of looks like crap and then a really clean one, in my opinion. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on the master cylinder. I'm just gonna kind of hook it on this side, then put on the clutch lever with the perch on that side. And I'm also gonna start cleaning up this wiring. As you can see, like, you know, when I did the headlight and stuff, there's all this because we're not doing blinkers in the front. I got all these open wires. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just kind of wire loom it, and then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna wire loom this and kind of zip tie everything up together so it looks nice and clean. I just got all of this stuff all cleaned up. I wire loomed up all those wires that were out, and then I also did the gray wire that was going to the controls right here, just because I want it to look to all, like, you know, only have a couple colors here. So I figure it's gonna be red, white, and then black, and then the little bit of chrome. So that's the only thing. So that gray kind of set it off a little bit, in my opinion. So I wire loomed all that up, got this looking all really clean. I really tried to pay attention to details, and I just kind of crossed everything up right here at the middle, so when I turn the wheel, it all has enough room so nothing gets like caught up. So guys, this right here is the reason why this bike didn't get done earlier, is because I couldn't find a bracket that worked for what I needed it to, because I wanted to do a strip right there on the back of the seat, but that wasn't going to work because there's movement in that, and with the wires and stuff, it's just going to be too complicated, and I don't think you'd really be able to see it properly behind this wheel. So I got this one from China. It was like $25, and I really like the look of it because it kind of matches, like the brake light matches this headlight, and this bracket actually is pretty nice. So I was thinking I was going to put it on this side. I just put this thing back up here on the jack stands because I looked at a couple pictures of some bobber builds, and they seem to run it always through the axle shaft nut. our bolt, so I'm just gonna pull out that axle shaft nut. Couldn't do it with this on the ground. And I figure since I already got this up, I might as well pull this cover off and whatnot, so I can start, you know, sealing that all up and then get the caps on it. So then tomorrow I just need to put some oil in it, should start up, and then we're still waiting on my caliper to come in, which should be tomorrow too. Alright, so I got that license plate bracket on there, and this thing's on there pretty good. I actually feel like this is for it being a Chinese product, like it's a very nice, like it's powder coated nice. It seems to be pretty sturdy. And I got these wires. I just hooked up one zip tie right here to hold it on to this swing arm. Now I'm just gonna, you know, keep this wire loom that's already there and wire up all this. This should be pretty simple. It's just a 3-pin or 3-wire situation. So we got the black as ground, and then we got the green is going to be the variable positive, so that'll go up to the blue, and then this brown is going to be the consistent positive, so when you turn it on, it shows like it stays on or whatever. So we're just going to chop these up and solder them down and heat shrink it up. Just wired this all up, cleaned it up, and I did a little test run to make sure it was wired right, and then I ended up hitting the ground on the positive, and it shorted out the bike. So you can see it's on right now, but headlight isn't on, and our tail light isn't on. So I pulled off the panel right here on the side, just to see these are the wires going back. So I was like, dang, like I opened this box up right here, replaced the headlight fuse, and that works as the taillight fuse too. And then look at all this wiring. This is terrible. So I need to fix this right now. Oh my, I can't believe like someone would do a wiring job like this on their bike. Guys, I just went to Walmart. I just got oil for this bike. So I got what's this, 20W50. On the spec on this, it says 10W40, but it's hotter out here in Florida, so I went with the 20W50. So what I'm gonna do now, because I really want to get this thing like started and I can run it, I'm gonna have to pull off this, would this be the clutch cover on this side, the clutch cover, and seal up that gasket around there, because that's where it's leaking from, and then we should be good. Just got that cover all sealed up, and it doesn't look any different other than I got this linkage on for the shifter, and I said that was the clutch cover. It's the stator cover. I don't know why I thought it was the clutch cover, but now I'm just gonna insert those little caps. So this one is chrome, and I think maybe with the chrome caps on it, that'd look cool. I'm just gonna put them in there like that and see if I like it or not, and if I don't, I'm just gonna paint them black. So let's open this up. So guys, it is the next day and I got my final part for this bike in, and there's one more thing that I need to get other than this, because this is the caliper and lines. It is hardware to put that seat on the bike. So we're gonna hop in the Jeep and head to Ace real quick, but come inside and check this out. I put oil inside the bike. It's no longer leaking after I sealed up the stator cover, because there's absolutely no gasket maker on that. and we didn't have like the actual cutout gasket for it. So I started up last night, didn't show you guys. So Zach, come over here and check this out. We're about to give her the first start for you guys. This needs to warm up, hasn't been started in a while, so. That's America right there, boys. Got lunch? So I went to Ace Hardware just expecting to like get like hardware for this seat and then a couple other little pieces. And like a week ago, I went in there, I was kind of like in the mood to spend some money. And I was like, oh yeah, let me just get 200 pieces of hardware. So I spent like $207 on 200 pieces of M5 and M6 hardware because I have to go there every single time I'm doing a bike build. And I know I'm gonna use this hardware regardless, so they gave me like a 25% discount for buying in bulk, but it's still a lot of money. Not in the mood right now. Let's get to finishing this bike. All right, so I got that seat on there, and I think that thing looks pretty solid. I really wish it was red, but I don't know. It looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's on there nice and good. And there's going to be a little bit of flex in that, so then when you're riding it, it's not too bad. The last thing before this bike's completely done is I got to put on this front caliper. I got it right here in the box. So guys, this went on really easy. All it was these two bolts and then this little piece that holds it onto the triple tree, lower triple. So Zach went to the store, got some brake fluid. I know this is not the best brake fluid for it, but this is what we got right now. Really doesn't make a difference. So we're gonna fill it up, bleed this out, and then this bike's completely done, and we're gonna rip it. So guys, we just got the bike washed and it's ready to go for its first ride. We got it right here. I got my little YouTube plate on it. Check this out right here. And I'm a little scared to ride this bike because it's something, I've really never rode something that's kind of set up the way this is. So, you know, just taking it around the back, it was a little weird to ride. But we're gonna take it downtown, do a couple burnouts, and have a blast. that is it for this bobber build right here. It is completely finished now, and I think this thing came out absolutely beautiful. So if you guys like this video, please go down there and hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, I got more builds coming. The CBR build, if you guys follow this page, is coming out next week. That thing's gonna be completely done. So I'll catch you guys next week.
You sit down, yeah. You like the cool blue light, like the cool blue light, like the cool blue light.